Hey, you guys, welcome back to That's It. So, open marriage. Is any of you guys okay with open marriage? I know I'm not, but I just want to make sense of why people do it, why people decide to have an open marriage. Now, I love watching 90 Day Fiance, and I just love that, couples are meeting each other for the first time or they haven't seen each other for a while, coming to the United States, adjusting. And there was one couple that really stand out to me. Their names are Matt and Anamani, and they're two married couples live in San Diego. Been married for 10 years. They have two daughters that they're raising. And what really struck me the most is that they're having a third person into their marriage, and it's called a throuple. I don't even know what a throuple was until I had to look it up. And it's like a fancy way of having an open marriage, a fancy way of having a third party in your marriage. And her name is Annie, and she lives in Tijuana, Mexico. So I looked it up and looked it up what throuple relationship is. And basically, it is a throuple is a romance, sexual, emotional relationship between three people of any genders. Any gender orientation, excuse me, where each of them loves the other two. Now, I'm still trying to wrap my brain behind this. Like, why? Like, it's not one person not enough. Now you have to have a third party. Like, I can't even imagine if my husband told me, "Oh, let's have a third party in our marriage." Can you imagine three people trying to satisfy one person's need and you got to satisfy another person's need? It's just too much. It's a lot of work to me. And I would kill my husband if he said that to me. I'm like, absolutely not. That is not happening. Or me telling my husband, oh, by the way, we've been married for 10 years and I just want to balance our marriage and just spice it up. Can we bring another man in? He would probably kill me and said, no, I want a divorce. Okay? That's not what marriage is all about. Marriage is about two couples, a man and a woman, spending the rest of their life together, raising a family, and growing old together. And if you want to spice things up in your marriage, do a lot of things. Go do sex therapy, or I don't know. There's things that you can do. Why do people need a third party to satisfy their need? If your husband or wife can't satisfy you, what's the point of getting married? You knew who you were getting into when you married this person. So I just don't understand why a third party has to satisfy one or the other needs. And if anyone is in a throuple, please educate me. Please let me know, because I would love to know without any judgment, because I don't judge. That's my Lord and Savior who judge people. I just want to know the why and just to understand, And then this couple on TLC, they're beautiful, attractive people. You know what I mean? Like beautiful. And I can show you the picture of these couple. Beautiful. To my left, it's Matt. The middle is his wife, Amani. And then that's the other woman, Annie, from Tijuana, Mexico. Okay? Beautiful, attractive people. Okay? I don't know why. And she's bisexual. Okay? So that makes sense. They went to Mexico and then they spotted her. And then she found her Amani found Annie very attractive. And they had a couple of drinks. And the next to know it, things were history. And now, and I don't want to be a spoiler because I don't know if people are into 90 Day Fiance, but I am. And then I was reading, again, what a throuple means and what Matt and Anamani and Annie, the reason why they're doing it, because I guess Anamani needs to find some balance in her life, in her marriage, because again, they've been married for 10 years, okay, and raising two daughters in a beautiful home in San Diego. However, beneath the surface, the couple is exploring ways to navigate some difficulties in their marriage. Okay, if you're having difficulties in your marriage, go to couple therapy, explore other things between the both of you to have like more sexual things in a bedroom, if that makes sense what I'm saying. Do whatever. But why bring a third party? Because let me tell you something. Bringing a third party, it never ends well. Okay, it never does. You have one person is going to be jealous of the other. One person's paying attention to the other person than the other person. You're going to have fatal attraction. One is going to just, go crazy and start killing the other person. One probably divorced the other person to marry that person. It just gets messy, you guys. It just gets really messy. And Why go through all that? And then there's children involved. She has a daughter in Mexico. They have two children. Now they want to do a blended family. It's just crazy. And then you ask me, well, how that's going to work? Because they're both married, and she lives in Mexico. When they're trying to bring her to the United States, well, check this out, you guys. So, in order to bring her to the United States to apply for the K-1 visa, they have to get divorced. Yes, isn't that crazy? They both have to get divorced, and once they get divorced, then one of them, it can be either one because she's bisexual, and Matt can marry Annie too, if they want. It all depends how they work this and plan this out. So once the two couples from the 90 Day Fiance get divorced, then one of them have to marry her and bring her back here to the States, which is crazy, crazy. So how does that work? Because I know it doesn't work in certain states, polygamy, because that's basically what they're doing. So if one of them, well, excuse me, if one of them marry, I believe Anna Monty's going to marry Annie because I don't think the wife wants Matt to marry her, and then he just, I don't know how that's going to play out or how that's going to work. It's just very weird. It is very messy, but shockingly, it does happen. It does happen that you have thruples, and I don't know why they're trying to dress it up and make it fancy. Just call it an open marriage. That's basically what it is. You're having an open marriage, having a third party in your marriage, and fulfilling your desires and your needs because your husband's not fulfilling it for you, or your wife, or you're just not happy within yourself to do that. And quite honestly, I just feel like, maybe it's just daddy issues. I don't know. Maybe it's just daddy issues because I just don't, it doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm trying to have someone to educate me and figure out, like, why is the purpose of doing that? Like, I can't even handle my husband. Can you imagine me handle another man? Just fulfilling his needs and then my husband's needs and this and that. It's a lot of work. I don't know how people do it. Vice versa, or a woman filling their needs. It's just too much. It's exhausting, to be honest with you. It is definitely exhausting, and I don't know how couples do it. It's just too much. And for me, that's just not my thing. To each his own is not my thing at all. But my point is, in my opinion, it's just a mockery of marriage. I just feel like marriage is a sacred thing with a man and a woman spending the rest of their life together, raising a family, and then growing old. I just don't understand why some people have to bring another person into the marriage to spice it up because they're bored, or their sex life is bored, or there's something missing. Go to church, read a Bible, go for walks, gym. I don't know. I don't have the answers because I'm not a therapist, but there's other ways that you can do to spice up your marriage. You know what I mean? Go to sex therapy, do different things that you normally wouldn't do with your significant other, your spouse. I don't know, but I just feel like having another third party in the marriage is just not the answer, in my opinion. It's not. Now, to each his own. It may work for some people, great, and then there's no issues. There's no issues. There's no complication. Everyone is on the same page. Everyone is in their lanes because you both communicated and you both understand where the relationship is going to be. Now, there's some couples, they're not very transparent. They don't communicate, and then things, some feelings get lost and mixed up, and then it starts crazy. Things get crazy. That one might just leave the person for that other person, and then get married with that person. It can go a lot of different ways, but why go through that? Why go through the headache, the heartbreak, all that messiness? Because you just want to fulfill your needs. It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know why they use that word throuple. Again, it's just like a dress up for open marriage. But are you guys okay with open marriage? And if your significant other asks you, your husband or your wife asks you, babe, we've been married for 10 years, 7 years, whatever, and I think we just need to spice things up. Are you okay to have an open marriage, to have another third party? And also, another question, are you okay having a stranger or someone that you know? Now, for me, in my opinion, I think that if anyone would ever do an open marriage, personally, I wouldn't do it. But if I was like into that stuff, I would definitely have it with a stranger because you don't want to have someone that you know. It's like that saying, don't eat where you shit. You don't want to do that because then it gets messy. It gets really messy and it gets really complicated. And I know some couples, they have random people that they meet online, like, dating websites and stuff like that, and select which man or woman that they want, opposed to a friend. Now you have some people, excuse me, have their friends, and it gets all messy and it gets weird and it just gets awkward. You know what I mean? It doesn't end well. It really don't. But I would love to get your opinion about open marriage. Are you okay with it if your husband or your wife asks you about it? And have you done an open marriage? And again, it's no judgment whether anyone answered the question. I just want to know the point of having an open marriage, the point of having another person into the marriage. I just want to get someone's perspective because for me personally, I wouldn't tolerate that. I wouldn't want an open marriage. I don't want someone, flirting with my husband or having intercourse with my husband. I don't think my husband wouldn't like that either. A man, touching me and stuff like that. No, absolutely not. And again, that's not what marriage is all about. And I just feel like some people take marriage for granted. And if you feel like you are a more sexual person and you feel like one person is not going to satisfy your need, then there's no point of getting married. Now, I'm not saying go out there and sleep every, Dick and Harry in the sun. I'm not saying that. Okay, I just want to be very clear. I'm not saying that. However, if someone has a high sex drive and they feel, that one person is not going to satisfy them for the rest of their life, then you might as well be single. You might as well be single and have safe sex, obviously, protect yourself, and that's it. That's it. Instead of like getting married and having other people involved, unless your significant other, your husband or your wife is on board with it and they're okay with it, but you can't pressure them. You have to make sure both parties are on board doing this because, like I said, it never ends well with certain couples when another person is involved. But hey, what do I know? I'm not into this open marriage thing. I am a one man woman, whatever you call it. I can only deal with one man and one man only, and that's my husband. And then I have my precious dog, Apollo. I don't think I can handle anyone else in my life. It's just too much work and too much hassle, and it's a lot. Marriage is a lot of work. And just imagine me being with another person, another man. No, no bueno, no bueno. But anyway, let me know your thoughts. And again, thank you so much for watching. That's it with Cheryl. I really appreciate each and one of you taking the time to listen to what I have to say. And again, let me know your thoughts. Are you okay with open marriage? And have you ever done open marriage before? This is a free, safe space. This is no place of judgment. I just want to be educated. I just want to know, have you ever had that experience before? Let me know your thoughts. Please comment below. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.